Great God's morning. Ooh, great God's morning. Listen, I don't know if IG is connected to this over here, but listen, I just came on here to tell you great God's morning. God has not forgot about you. You, and you. I am excited about what Yahweh is doing here in the earth as He's continuing to allow me to position my feet and order my steps to do the work, the will, and the word. I just come on here this morning to encourage you this morning as we continue to pray for the loss of the young people, the massive shootings, and the things that's going on here on the earth. I was just on the IG page just speaking on the same thing, just to remind you God has not forgot about you. But we got to put ourselves in a position of taking back what belongs to us. Like Yahweh has given us promises, possessions, dominion, and power. He has given us dominion and power. And I heard the Lord, even in my prayers this morning, about crying out for the love of other people, the love of our babies, teaching them, sitting them down, praying with them, showing them the way. Ever since they took out prayer in the schools, all hell has been breaking loose. And I know things is coming to us. Got some of y'all worried because your kids is at school. You don't know what's going to happen. Threats and all of those things. But we got to remember who's in charge. We got to remember who's in charge. Like, who is in charge of this earth? Who's in charge? We got to be reminded of that. And some things happen to take us, put a distraction in our way, to make us focus on these things and not the things of Yahweh, not the things of God. So this earthly stuff has come to distract us from the things of God. Hey, baby. Hi, Nikki. I love you. Yes, things has come to distract us. But I promise you, as I was in prayer this morning, and the Lord had me crying out for my family, others' families. But my family is so important because for me, I want to make sure my family, if they backslid, yes, church, I hear church. You don't have to be in that building. Yes, to fellowship, this is my disclaimer. If you know who God is and you build your relationship and communication with Yahweh, it don't matter if you in the building. You can go to an altar. You can make an altar right in your living room. You can make an altar in your bathroom. You can make an altar anywhere in your house, in your backyard, and receive Yahweh's firsthand, giving your life back to Christ. If you backslid, if you just doing haywire, God ain't say we get saved and don't live. We get saved and we live. Whew, my God, I'm telling you, this right here just blessed me as I was crying this morning. And I said, God, even me laying my sister down to rest on tomorrow or Saturday, I said, Lord, touch my family. Touch the babies. Touch them, oh God. Let them know who you are. When they said my granddaughter couldn't pray, and I keep on saying it, because that 7-year-old little girl knows how to pray. And she knows articulate. She's saying what God is giving to her. And probably don't even know it. But He's using her too. So we got to get back in that place. Yes, God hears your cry. He sees your tears. He knows all about the distress. He knows about depression. He knows about your adversities and your oppositions. He knows about all of that. But will you trust Him in the midst of it? Will you trust Him? Even when you can't see Him, even when you can't trace them, can you trust Him? How many of y'all go to work and you'll trust the person who is handling your money, but don't even know that God, He created that job for you? So we're looking at those things, those tangible things. But who will you trust in this season? We see so many signs and things that's going on. And we say God is coming back. No, Yahweh is here. This earth is shifting. The atmosphere is shifting. We got to pay attention. Stop chasing a dollar. Stop chasing business. I'm not saying that because he said that we should have those things. But we got to get in an alignment and get in a posture where we are just really crying out to Yahweh so that he can hear your voice, so that you can build that relationship, so your kids know how to pray for you when you're sick in the bed or you can't move. They know how to speak over you, but they depend on you so much. Oh, my God. We got to teach them how to depend on God. You got to teach them how to depend on Yahweh. My heart is heavy. And it's not just because of those kids got killed, you know, the massive shootings and all of that. God is trying to tell us something. And we got to pay attention to the signs. Do you got your house in order? My God. Do you have your house in order? And what I mean by that, oh, Charlene, what do you mean, do I got my house in order? Do you got your house in order? I'm talking about your soul. I'm talking about the inner, not your outer appearance, not your house, not your furniture, not your car. I'm talking about your house in order. My God. I didn't know what God was doing to me and through me. Not just for me. He didn't clean me up from selling drugs, using drugs, doing all of that stuff, getting locked up, being raped, being molested. He didn't allow me to go through all of that for myself. He allowed me to go through that and covered me while I was going through. Didn't get HIV, didn't get syphilis, gonorrhea, and all that stuff. God covered me. And even, let me say this to y'all. Oh, Jesus. He covered me while I was out there in my mess. And he's covering you right now while you in your mess, because he's going to make your mess a message. Jesus. My heart crying out for the lost. And he's saying to the people, the backsliders, get your house in order. Get your house in order right in your house. You hear what I'm saying? Get your house right in your house. Build your altar in your bedroom. Build your altar in the bathroom. Cry out to God and not ask him for anything. But the asking is for my salvation. I don't know why the last 2 times God said, you're going to do the eulogy for your mother. You're going to do the eulogy for your sister. God trying to tell us something. Unity. Come back to him. We all fall short of the glory of God. None of us are perfect. None of us. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. And our mistakes are not a failure. Our mistakes give us room to improve somewhere. God has not forgot about you. He has not forgot about nothing. But we got to get our houses in order. We got to talk to our young people. We got to sit them down. We cannot do things the same way. I promise you, when it hit home to you, if something happened drastically close to you, then you begin to cry out. Then you begin to call on God. Then all of this God, 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 God. Why not do it now? Why not do it now? Whew. Thank y'all for listening. I'm about to get off of here because I just been in the presence of God from 3 o'clock this morning. And I done did my walk. And I'm so grateful. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for sharing. But I promise you, God is speaking to his people. And you are. He's calling us. He's calling you. You, and you. He's calling you. He's calling your name. He's calling you. We cannot keep ignoring the signs of God. We cannot keep ignoring what Yahweh is saying in this hour. We can't do it. I'm crying for my family. I'm crying for my loved ones. I'm praying, and my prayer has been, God, touch my family. Touch my family, Lord. Touch them all. I'm thanking him for being available to him. But we all have a voice. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We all have a voice, and your voice must be heard. It's about saving a soul today. It's about going back to the basics, making that altar in your house. It ain't about, I got to go to church and I get in the church house and I'm still living nothing. Come on, somebody. It ain't about judging nobody, how they going through or how they living. We got to meet people where they are. You got to meet people where they are so you can be that light to help them and give them hope. You got to be that one. You got to be that one. I thank God for my children. 38. I think she 38. She on here too. Hey, Sadell, woman of God. Hello, Robert. 38, 29, and 28. And my children respect me to the Most High. And guess what? I was out there. I was out there lost, confused, didn't know what to do, selling drugs, making money counters, all of that stuff, using all of that. But look at me now. Look how God preserved me. Arabashi. Look at me now, and I thank God for my children. My children. The one that's on here, she was my sidekick. She was by me. I wouldn't let her go nowhere. In my mess. In my mess. But God. But God, when God hears the sound and you saying, Yahweh, I listen, I surrender all. I say this to everybody because some people feel like, I get saved, I can't do nothing. Listen, God ain't say you get saved and don't live, okay? You just can't do things the old way that you used to do it. Come on, somebody. He want us to live and go back if you can handle it. Some people, I wasn't an alcoholic. So I can go around the bars and the lounges and things of that nature and talk to the people of God. My daughter even seen me. I'm in the bathroom giving a word in the lounge. Come on, somebody. If you was an alcoholic, then you can't go there because that may give you some temptation. Come on. We got to go back to those places, to the crack houses. You know, if you did crack, you can't go there because you're not strong enough. You might smell something and get a temptation and want to use again. Come on, somebody. We got to go back, y'all. Time is winding up. It's winding up. It ain't winding down. It's winding up. So we ain't got a whole lot of time here on this earth. Look at what's around you. Look at what's around you. My mouth won't be closed. I'm going to keep on speaking what God is telling me to do. Every chance that I get, I'm going to open up my mouth. But right now, my heart is crying out for my family that's lost. That's what my heart is crying out for. We got to give our lives back to Christ. God ain't say we perfect. We just got to surrender. We got to give it back to him. I'm going to get off of here because, my God, I'm going to get off of here. Y'all have an amazing day. Shalom. Let your day be blessed. Let the Lord hear your voice. Let him hear your cry. Let him see your tears. But go to him with a humble heart and tell him, I really surrender. I'm giving my life back to you, Lord. And he ain't like us. He ain't like the fleshly people that's going to judge you because you come back 10 times. He ain't like that. Nope. He going to have his arms open so wide and take you right on in and love you and love the hell out of you. You hear me? That part. That's what he going to do. He going to love you so much. You know? Even when we don't love ourselves, he loves us just like that. So I'm going to get off of here. Shalom. Y'all have an amazing, 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 and be thankful. Thankful Thursday. Be thankful. Be grateful. Shalom.